right, I'd like to get started, Coach. First of all, congratulations on the victory. I'd like to have you make a statement about the game in general, and then we'll open it up for more specific questions from the media. An opening statement, please.
Sure. I obviously happy with the outcome here. Kind of a rough start, second period, but we got the wheels turning a little bit more and made a few changes and came out on top.
All right, in the middle, please.
Can you guys, obviously congratulations, but can you just talk a little bit about your defensive composure? 35 shots on goal, 13 in the second period, and they didn't score. So can you just kind of talk about your total team effort?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a goaltender in the net like we have, you can always feel comfortable when you're taking shots on net. And you know, we try to keep the pucks to the outside, and we know Everett's going to come up with a lot of big saves. So it's pretty comforting.
Cooper, walk us through that last play. Obviously, final minute of the game, and you're able to put one, kind of off the bar post in to win it.
Yeah, I was end of the shift. I was pretty tired, and Zach is number 15 on our team. He's a dog, and he worked out of the corner and just gave it to me at time and space. I just put it on net, and I just heard it hit the back of the net. I don't know how it went, but it must have been pretty good. Help.
In the goal, was it one of those things where just throw it on net because I got to hurry up and get off the ice?
Oh yeah, that exactly.
Felt that clock ticking in your head saying, I got to go?
Yeah, I was at the end of my time. I couldn't sit it better myself. That was exactly what happened.
For both players, kind of just you first, but the emotions that you went through as you're running over to the fans and just like, it was a tie game and then you just finished it. What were the emotions going through your body?
Obviously the schools hasn't been to state in a long time, so I think that kind of added on to how exciting it was for us to move on to the championship game. Obviously personally, it was probably one of the best goals I've scored in my career. So.
Yeah, you could just feel the energy in the whole rink, from the fans to our bench to our coaches to all the parents in the stands, just everyone, just the energy and the loud noise really got a lot of energy into us, and it was great. It was a lot of fun.
This is a question for the coach. You had played them earlier in the year. Did they do anything different to get that lead, to kind of
Yeah,
be in a good spot for going into the third period? They're ahead. I mean,
right. They came out and started flying a guy up the ice, a guy or two, and I think the big part of that was to kind of take our defense out of the play, which is one of our strong, one of our strong sides is our blue line. So they did a good job of that. They got our defense backed out of the zone, so they weren't as available for some of our offensive production in their zone. We went in about the second period. We changed things up a little bit with our forecheck, and seemed like they had a little bit of a harder time getting that puck through. Kind of helped out a little bit.
Being down. Oh,
Go ahead, and then we'll hit the back.
okay. Go ahead and go first.
All right. Zach, obviously you touched on Everett already, but just, the first goal was a great play on the power play, but just talk about how much confidence you guys are able to have, especially once you tie the game up at 2, knowing that they got to get another one past our guy if they're going to beat us today. Yeah,
it's a luxury. He is an absolute luxury to have back there, and to be able to have the confidence that he always shows up to do his job, and he's, in my eyes, the best goalie in the state.
He's got great quickness to him. About the penalty shot, they called it kind of late. They called the penalty, but I mean the player's already in the box, and then all of a sudden they talk about it again. And what's you guys going through at that moment? Are they going to call it or not?
Yeah, I mean, we were obviously, we wanted to have a chance to talk to the refs to make sure, and at least an explanation for why it wasn't a penalty shot. But I think that's just standard procedure. The kid goes to the box, and then they give you the choice, right? Do you want the power play, or do you want a penalty shot? And when you have him, you're going to take the penalty shot.
Not that hard of a choice, is
No,
it?
pretty easy. Pretty easy. Anybody in the stands could have made that decision.
Josh, what was the thought process, on the penalty shot, knowing it's 2-1, this is probably going to be your best chance to tie the game, and the puck's right there on your stick?
Yeah, definitely a lot of nerves, but I could say throughout practice and stuff, I take a lot of penalty shots on Everett, who's in my opinion also the best goalie in the state. So kind of know how to read that a little bit, and the nerves were definitely flowing. But it was really nice to see that hit the back of the net, and our whole bench just explode.
At that moment, do you start to think, you know what, we're gonna find a way to win this game?
Yeah, I think it was really big as a team. I think that really was a big spark and got us a lot of energy to keep going. And then I think that was a big flipping point in the game, and we started rolling from there.
Any other questions? Hearing, seeing none, congratulations.
Thank you.